Hello everyone, welcome again in today's my class. In today's class, we proceed our history chapter to socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution with next topic. And in today's video, we discuss topic about the February Revolution in Petrograd. So let's start this video with this topic. So the February Revolution in Petrograd events are uh, in the winter of 1917. Petrograd was grim. There was food shortage in the workers' quarters. 22nd February, a lockout took place at a factory. Workers of 50 other factories joined in sympathy. Women also led and participated in the strikes. This came to be called the International Women's Day. So, if I say summarized all things, so Petrograd city is divided among its people. On the right bank of the river, Neva workers' quarters and factories were located, and on the left bank located fashionable areas such as the winter place and official buildings. So, food shortages deeply affected the workers' quarters. On the right bank, a factory was shut down on February 22nd. Women also led the way to strikes, and it is called International Women's Day. Okay, so the government imposed a curfew as the quarters of the fashionable areas and official buildings were surrounded by workers. On the 24th and 25th, the government called out the cavalry and police to keep an eye on them. So, on 25th February, the government suspended the Duma and politicians spoke against these measures. The people were out with force once again. On 27th, the police headquarters were ransacked. Cavalry was called out again, however, it refused to fire on demonstrators. And officers was shot at the barracks of a regiment, and other regiments mutinied, voting to join the striking workers gathered to form a Soviet or council. This was the Petrograd Soviet. A delegation went to meet the Tsar. Military commanders advised him to uh, abdicate. The Tsar abdicated on 2nd March. A provincial government was formed by the Soviet and Duma leaders to run the country. So the people involved were the parliamentarians, workers, women workers, soldiers, and military commanders. So, if I say all this in summarized, so the government imposed a curfew as the fashionable quarters and official buildings were surrounded by workers. So, Duma was suspended on 25th February. Okay. So, the streets thronged with demonstrators raising slogans about bread, wages, better hours, and democracy. The government called out the cavalry, but they refused to fire on the demonstrators. Better hours and democracy. The government called out the cavalry, but they refused to fire on the demonstrators. Soldiers and striking workers gathered to form a Soviet or council in the same building as the Duma meet, and it is termed as the Petrograd Soviet. Okay, so Soviet leaders and Duma leaders formed a provincial government to run the country. Russia's future would be decided by a constituent assembly elected on the basis of universal adult suffrage. Petrograd had led the February Revolution that brought down the monarchy in February 1917. So, uh, I hope you all understood well all content. Next, we will proceed after February effects. So, restrictions on the public meetings and associations were removed. Soviets were set up everywhere. In individual areas, factory committees were formed which began questioning the way industrialists ran their factories. Soldiers' committees were formed in the army. The provincial government saw its power declining and Bolshevik influence grew. It decided to take stern measures against the spreading discontent. It resisted attempts by workers to run factories and arrested leaders. Peasants and the socialist revolutionary leaders pressed for a redistribution of land. Land committees were formed and peasants seized land between July and September 1917. So, after February effects are under the provincial government, army, officials, landowners, and industrialists were influential. Liberals and socialists worked towards an elected government. Restrictions on public meetings and associations were removed. In April 1917, the Bolshevik leaders Vladimir Lenin returned to Russia from his exile. Lenin demanded three things termed as April disease. He wanted war to end, land to be transferred to the peasants, and bank to be nationalized. He also emphasized on renaming the Bolshevik Party to the Communist Party. Workers' movement spread throughout the summer. Factory committees formed and trade unions grew in numbers. When the provincial government saw its power reduced and Bolshevik influence grew, they decided to take stern measures against the spreading discontent. In the countryside, peasants and their socialist revolutionary leaders pressed for a redistribution of land. Encouraged by the socialist revolutionaries, peasants seized land between July and September 1917. So, next we will discuss. Next topic is October Revolution. So, 16th October 1917, Lenin presided the Petrograd Soviet and Bolshevik Party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. A military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet to organize seizures. Uprising began on 24th October. Prime Minister Kerensky left the city to summon troops. Military men loyal to the government seized the buildings of two Bolshevik newspapers. Pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices and protect the Winter Palace. In response, military revolutionary committee ordered to seize government offices and arrest the ministers. So, the Revolution of October in 1917, the conflict between the provincial government and the Bolshevik grew. On 16th October 1917, Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik Party to agree to a socialist seizure of power. To organize the seizure, a military revolutionary committee was appointed by the Soviet under Lenin Trotsky. The Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. By nightfall, the city was under the committee's control and the ministers had surrendered. So, the Aurora ship shielded the Winter Palace. Other ships took over strategic points. By night, the city had been taken over and ministers had surrendered. All Russian Congress of Soviets in Petrograd approved the Bolshevik action. Heavy fighting in Moscow. By December, the Bolshevik controlled the Moscow-Petrograd area. The people involved were Lenin, the Bolsheviks troops, pro-government. So, by nightfall, the city was under the committee's control and the ministers had surrendered. At a meeting of the All Russian Congress of Soviet in Petrograd, the majority approved the Bolshevik actions. So here today's all content is completed. I hope you all understood well. Next topic of this chapter, what changed after October, we will discuss in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.